My name is Amy Purdy, and I'm a U.S. Paralympic snowboarder. Flowers because they last longer. Casual. Call. Funny Valentine's Day card. Homemade meal. Coca-Cola in a bottle. On ice. What I love about snowboarding is the freedom that I feel when I'm outside, I'm in nature, I'm with my friends. It's just so much fun. I fell in love with my sport when I was 15 years old, and I used to ski. I wasn't very good. I got on a snowboard for the first time, absolutely fell in love with it, and knew it was something I would do for the rest of my life. How do I stay fit and healthy on Valentine's Day? I work out before and after I eat the chocolate. My favorite Valentine's Day memory is when I came home from work. My husband had our dog wrapped up in a little t-shirt that he got at CVS, and it had a big heart on it. And he had dinner made, and I just thought it was the sweetest thing. Roses are red, violets are blue. If you sneezed in front of me, bless you. The 3 items that I always have in my bag: I always have sunscreen because I'm always in the sun. I always have lip balm because I'm always traveling and I'm in the sun. And I always have hand sanitizer because I'm always traveling.
My name is Elana Meyers Taylor, and I'm a 2-time U.S. Olympic bobsledder. Chocolate. Casual. Text. Funny Valentine's Day cards. Homemade meal. Bottle. Straight out of the bottle. Bobsled is probably one of the most romantic Olympic sports out there. Think about it. You have these speed suits that we wear, our competition suits. It's basically similar to being nude. It's a bathing suit with arms and legs, and you're squeezing into a sled together. Like, you're not wrapped around each other, but you might as well be. You get really close in not a lot of clothing, so it's pretty romantic. My husband swept me off my feet by just being himself. You know, he's not the smoothest guy, so I had to initiate a lot of the conversation. I had to tell him I liked him first, and I had to make the first move, because he was trying, but I could feel that he was nervous, but he was just himself, and he was just adorable. Sometimes when guys are just themselves and they just let loose and try to, have a little bit more fun with it, they can be the most adorable things ever. The thing I love most about being an athlete is the opportunity to represent my country and actually just competing. It's being in that moment and giving everything you've got in the single pursuit of a goal. What I love most about Coca-Cola is, first of all, just the product and the taste, and just being able to come in and drink a Coca-Cola and after a hot summer's day. But also for us as bobsled athletes, sometimes it's just nice in between we're driving these long locations, and you want something that's caffeinated. It's the perfect beverage to get you from one place to the next. The time I fell in love with my sport is the first time I went down a bobsled track. You don't know what to expect when you go down the track. You just are told a lot of different things. You think it might be like a roller coaster, but it is not at all. So the first time I went down, I was like, oh yeah, this is something I want to do. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I want to do it, and I want to do it really well. The best Valentine's Day gift I've ever received is just chocolates from my husband, and he always finds a way to get me my chocolates, regardless of where I am in the world. Sometimes, even though my husband's a bobsledder, we're competing on different tours, or at different times of the year we're apart, but he always finds a way to get me chocolates. Roses are red, violets are blue, honey is sweet, and my husband is too. 2 to 3 items I always have in my bag or my purse is, number 1, a nail clipper, because I always find new ways to break my nails. Number 2 is definitely gum or mints, because you just never know. I really love spicy foods, and spicy foods are not the best for a good smelling breath. And then Probably the third is probably just loose change to make sure I can pick up like the little pieces of candy sometimes, because they can stay within my nutrition guidelines as an athlete.
My name is Mac Bohonon, and I am a U.S. Olympic freestyle aerial skier. Flowers, all the way. Fancy. Call all the way. Funny, definitely. I think restaurant, just because I'd get myself into trouble if I tried to make a homemade meal. Skiing. Bottle. Straight out of the bottle, for sure. I love the feeling that a group of people has when they're all drinking Coca-Cola together. It kind of just represents, family, unity, and just everyone having a good time. What I love most about the Olympics is getting to meet so many other athletes from, other countries, other sports, and kind of hearing their different unique stories and how they got there. Probably the first time that I did a backflip on my skis was right when I fell in love with my sport. I landed directly on my head into the pool and thought it was the coolest thing ever and wanted to go right back up and do it again, which I landed on my feet that time, and I was kind of just instantly addicted. Eating lots of chocolate is how I stay fit and healthy on Valentine's Day. Yes, absolutely. My Valentine definitely has to know how to ski. I think the best Valentine's Day gift I've ever given was a box of chocolates and some flowers to my two teammates at the Olympics in 2014. It was the night before they competed in their event, and I took good care of them. I think my ideal Valentine's Day date would be a day of like 2 feet of fresh powder, early morning, out skiing on the slopes, and then maybe a good dinner after that. Roses are red, violets are blue, and I want to go skiing with you. That's top secret information. I don't know if I can release who my Valentine is yet. 3 things that I always have in my bag are lip balm, my toothbrush, and my ping pong paddle, always. I usually celebrate a big win by getting on an airplane and going to a different country for a competition the next week.
My name is Nathan Chen, and I am a U.S. Olympic hopeful in figure skating. Chocolate. Casual. Call. Funny. Homemade meal. Bottle. In a bottle. I love the unity of the Olympics. I love that everyone is rooting for people in general, rooting for athletes to do their best. I fell in love with figure skating as a little kid, stepping on the ice. I'd never seen ice in that big of a proportion. All the ice that I'd seen had come out of my refrigerator, so to be stepping on such a huge sheet of ice was just mind-blowing. And then fast forward a few years, starting to learn how to jump, learning how to spin, and all of that, really feeling my adrenaline kick in, doing these different tricks. And all of that combined really helped me fall in love with skating even more. My Valentine does not need to know how to skate. Roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. I always have a notepad to write down all my skating stuff, make sure that I know what I'm doing on the ice. I love to have extra socks in my bag. When you're skating throughout the day, you have to change the socks, it's nice and comfy. I remember being a little kid in elementary school, and we got to decorate this little box, and everyone in the classroom dropped off a little piece of candy, and that was awesome.